We welcome you into the third episode of Talking Blizz with Joey Bonadonna. And this week we welcome in Blizzard defensive lineman Scean Mustin. Scean, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. A great start to the season here for you, Scean. 3 games in, coming off of the bye. First, let's talk about that. Where's the mindset at coming off of this win against Quad City and then getting a bye this past week?
The mindset was keep on grinding. We had this one model called one more, meaning one more play, one more thing you can do. So that over the bye week, we had a couple practices, team led practices, and I try to get in and get as much work as possible. And we're on the same agenda as we were against Quad City, try to get the dub.
Yeah, that game against Quad City, that was a big one. On the road, moved you guys to 2-1 on the season. Kind of walk me through that game. And obviously, the defense put on a show, holding Quad City to only 24 points.
Yes, sir. So we have a very good scheme. Coach Robe and all the defensive coaches, Coach Tate, Coach Peacock gave us a good scheme to put in, and we just came out there and executed it. And for the defense, we have a very uh, angry mentality when on the field. We don't want nobody to score no points. I saw that we held them under 24. We just trying to get the life out of all our office opponents. And as far as the D line per se, we like to hit people. So our hands and our physicality really won us the game that day.
Yeah, this defensive line group, you're a part of this group, Rafiq Abdul Wahid coming back for his third year with the team. And really that entire group, it's been really fun to watch. Um, what's been your takeaway over the first 3 games with this group?
We're really hungry for wanting more. I know last year we didn't end on a good note or the best note that we could have had. So having Rafiq and Brandon Pennington, LJ Lovelace, and all those guys, we know that we want to bring a ship back to Green Bay.
Absolutely. Well, let's dive in a little bit to your story here, Scean. Originally a native of California, uh, played a little bit at Citrus College, but then most of your college career was at Sam Houston State. And at, at some point during your time at Sam Houston State, you guys won an FCS national championship. Take me through your college days and how much you developed as a player on the field.
Man, I know. My first year at Sam Houston State, we didn't have a good culture. Our team and our coaches and stuff like that wasn't really tuned into the game plan. So that next year, we brought in a new defensive line coach, new players, kind of ramped it up. But that second year in 2020, 2019, the bubble season, that's when we really started clicking. We had this one saying, compete, be the best you. We live by that every day. And it really showed on the field. That bubble year, per se, it was fun. People try to invalidate our championship because it wasn't during the fall, but that work that we put in really showed surreal moment for us.
Yeah, I remember watching that team basically right after COVID. That was always kind of the any type of football that I just clung onto it and watched it. And I remember watching those FCS games and that national championship run and really the dominance that your team put on that year. Um, Going undefeated, and then the next year, you guys went on to 11-1. Had a great season that following year. But overall, what did you make of your college career and um, as you moved on to trying to get into the professional ranks? How did that go for you?
Those college years, especially the last 2 years, really helped me become a better brother, son, a better man. Um, Not just for football, but in life. I try to live my life every day like it's my last, giving all glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and putting my faith in Him and going out there and show what He gave me the ability to do. It really made me more responsible, made me more respectful. It just made me a better person, a better man.
And as you dove into your first professional experience, you had some time in the XFL with Houston last season. Tell me about how that process works of trying to get to the next level?
Very hard. It's not much of physicality, it's more mentally, which I learned through my years. That one phone call can change your life. It's just waiting for that phone call when it's going to come. That's the hard part of the professional, because everything is about it's about picking who you want first. What do I bring to the table? Not just as a football player, but what do I do in the community as well? And that's something I'm working on this year, trying to get back more in the community and get back to the people that's coming to our games and stuff. Um, but overall, it's a good experience. It's fun. Once you're in there, it's fun. And yeah.
Absolutely. And then this year, coming into 2024, you were kind of just a late addition to the camp roster, but still it was you could tell that it was going to be impactful from the jump. But from your side, what went into that decision of deciding to come play indoor football in Green Bay?
Coach Robe gave me a call actually when I was teaching, substitute teaching at my school in the middle of lunch, and he was a very personable guy. A man of like faith as myself. We talk about football, family, because all the other coaches just want to talk about football. He tried to get me to know me on a personal level, which is really big for me. In Green Bay, I've never been to Wisconsin. Just want to see what the vibe was out here. I want to see some snow.
I'm trying to remember because this winter, I mean, it wasn't really a really intense winter for Wisconsin standards, but there was some snow that came in. I can't remember when it was because being in Madison, I'm so out of touch with the Green Bay weather. But
Yeah,
did you get your wish of getting to see an early Wisconsin winter?
yeah. I got my wrist tenfold. Actually, it was snow. It was cold. Now it's raining. Man, it's just like I'm
Yeah.
getting all climates out here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is this time of year in Wisconsin for sure. You can get all four seasons in a day. So, um coming from California, I'm sure that was a little bit of a different weather than you were anticipating. But yes, you got a chance to see some snow. Speaking of snow, here in the upcoming weeks, this is going to be in a few weeks, but it'll be that we did this a few years ago, making it snow after every touchdown. That's always something I look forward to in the Resch Center. But let's talk about the Resch Center and what it's meant for you this year. Two home games under your belt, getting a chance to play in front of this home crowd, and you're coming back here after a few weeks. Kids night, always a fun atmosphere. What have you taken away from this fan base so far in Green Bay?
The fan base is really engaging and really energetic. I appreciate, especially the fifth quarter. I've never had that before, and that's pretty cool to see. Have the fans come and interact with the players, but during the games they get loud. It's a great atmosphere to be in. It gets really loud, and I like when the team's flustered can't get their play calls. It's fun.
And you mentioned how big it's meant to be a part of this community. What have you taken away from your time out in the community, out at schools and events like that, and getting to meet people in Green Bay?
The people in Green Bay is very nice, very personable. Much different from California, where everybody's on their tablets on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So it's they taking it in the moment, and it's really cool to see random people just come up to me and have a little chat, talk it up about life and stuff like that. It's really cool.
And diving into this week, kids' night. This should be a pretty full crowd here at the Resch Center. The first two have been full, but this one it's going to get packed and rowdy. Laser show after the game. But let's talk about the matchup of you guys going against Sioux Falls. This was a matchup historically for Green Bay that Sioux Falls had dominated, but in the last few years, Green Bay has started to progress and has gotten a few games on them. This is the first game of the season against Sioux Falls. What do you look at this matchup? Obviously, it's a team that has yet to win a game this year, but what do you look at this squad and what you guys have to do to get a victory on Friday?
It looks like they're very hungry. Like you said, they're 0-3, so they're feeding for a little bit of a success, and why not against us? Every team, every week is the best game of the week for us. And Sioux Falls is the first their opponent. They have some good players from the other team, good scheme, good coaches. It's just a matter of honing in into our system and letting us compete. It's not us against them, it's us against us at the end of the day. So I feel pretty confident in our scheme and our technique and our mentality.
Absolutely. And last question before we sign off here. This is always one that I always ask for the new guys. What's one thing about you that you'd like to share with Blizzard Nation? Maybe a fun fact about you that someone might not know about you.
Ooh, a fun fact. Um, I really do enjoy watching anime. People don't see it on my face, but I got
Yeah.
Naruto covers. I got Dragon Ball Z pop ups. I love anime. I'm just tuning into the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen actually right now. Great season.
Got you. All right. Well, there you go. There's your fun fact for Scean Mustin this week. His squad is going to be taking the field against the Sioux Falls Storm here at the Resch Center in Green Bay. 6:05 kickoff on Friday night. Sean, before we sign off, is there anything else you want to share with Blizzard Nation as we sign off here?
Yeah, so y'all can come to the game, get loud. Sioux Falls is historically rivalry for us. Let's get loud and show them what we got.
Absolutely. Again, 6:05 kickoff Friday night this week against the Sioux Falls Storm. You can tune in on YouTube and Caffeine TV if you are not in the Resch Center, but get excited for this one. It's going to be a big one for the Green Bay Blizzard. I want to thank Scean Mustin for his time this week here on Talking Blizz, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. And we'll see you in the next one. And as always, go Blizz.